Hey, we have one public hearing. We will begin this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's see, let's mix it up. Frank, can you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Don't get ahead of yourself.
All right, Pat Halpin.
Present.
Frank Santos. Present. Julianne Nolan. Jerry O'Neill. Present. Dan Trushin. Present. Ed Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon. Absent. James Vaccaro. Present. Greg Gaxiola. Present. Rich Casey. Present. Matt Esposito.
Present. Okay, we have a quorum.
Yes. I'm going to read this.
Let me read the statement into the record. The planning board shall planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void.
Item A on the agenda, public hearing, site plan review, job number 24-03A, Rolling Frito-Lay, proposes to install 95 EV chargers at an existing Frito-Lay warehouse distribution facility in order to service the electrification of Frito-Lay's trucking fleet along with associated site improvements.
Okay, who's here on behalf of the applicant? Please come up.
This form.
Sure. Could you please state your name and address for the record?
Yes, my name is Brooks Walker, and my address is 57 Fifth Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
And you're here on behalf of Frito-Lay?
I'm here on behalf of Burns & McDonnell, the engineering and construction for Frito-Lay, representing them,
Do you
yes.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please proceed.
Awesome. Thank you, Board, for having me here tonight.
Okay, hold on. Before you begin, the Commissioner of Planning, Richard Scelfo, released a memorandum regarding this application dated May 14th. Do you or the applicant have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to bring to our attention regarding this memorandum? Have you had a chance to review it?
Is that the one that mentions the conditions, covenants, and restrictions?
Yes. Do you have any issues with any of the covenants, any of the restrictions, any of the conditions outlined in this memo?
No issues.
No issues whatsoever. So
Yep.
you're fully support this
Yep,
memo?
fully support.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
Awesome. Thank you, Board, for having me here tonight. My name is Brooks Walker. I'm an engineer working with Burns & McDonnell. We are an engineering and construction firm. I reside at 57 Fifth Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And I'm here today representing our client, Frito-Lay. Already went ahead and I acknowledged and agreed to the covenants, conditions, and restrictions that have been provided to us in advance. We are committed to adhering to all guidelines and requirements set forth by the town to ensure the success and compliance of this project. The project I am presenting tonight is a significant development for the town of Babylon and a crucial step for Frito-Lay in achieving their sustainability goals. Frito-Lay plans to install 95 electric vehicle chargers at their facility located at 12 Richburn Court, Wyandanch, New York. This initiative is part of Frito-Lay's broader commitment to transitioning to a fully electric fleet at this site. This project aligns with Frito-Lay's sustainability objectives by reducing the carbon footprint of their transportation operations. By facilitating the shift to electric vehicles, Frito-Lay aims to decrease greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to cleaner air and a healthier environment for the town. As electric vehicles become increasingly prevalent, having robust charging infrastructure is essential. This project ensures that Frito-Lay's facility is well prepared for future transportation needs and supporting the company's long-term operational efficiency and sustainability goals. In summary, the installation of 95 electric vehicle chargers at the Frito-Lay facility in the town of Babylon represents a forward-looking investment in sustainable transportation infrastructure. This project will help Frito-Lay meet their goal of becoming fully electric at this site, providing environmental, economic, and community benefits. We are excited to work collaboratively with town officials, residents, and stakeholders to bring this project to fruition and make a positive impact on the town of Babylon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? Julianne?
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
I don't feel like the board is educated enough on this for that magnitude of
Yeah.
chargers. So what type of fire prevention suppression system do you have up there?
So I know all of the chargers, to my knowledge, are going on the external of the facility. I'm an electrical engineer, so I don't want to go too far into commenting on fire protection details. But to the best of my knowledge from my engineering team, all the equipment is UL certified, which means it's gone through the appropriate requirements and tests to ensure that they are safe to use, and of course following the National Electric Code and National Fire Protection Act. So I don't know the specifics on the building's fire protection system, but I know that that was taken into account with the full design.
Any other questions?
Are these charges for the public or strictly for Frito-Lay?
These chargers are strictly for Frito-Lay. So very similar to what you have on the west side of this building, but it is all for their internal fleet for their distribution operations. There are 2 utility step-down transformers from PSE&G Long Island, and I don't know the number of, there's 1 or 2 transformers for the DC fast chargers, since they operate at a different voltage than the rest of the equipment. I could get the site plan out of my, it's on the, if you would look at
That's all right, we have it.
the title page, towards the top left, you'll see quantities of items across the yard.
And all the transformers will be housed within the site itself, right?
Within the property, yes.
And then how much additional electricity does this pull from the grid to the site specifically?
If we go to the electrical, I don't know the number off the top of my head. If we go to the E sheets, I believe E100, where we get to the site 1 line, or site single line diagram, it might be E100. So I don't see it on this sheet. Could you proceed to the next sheet, please? Thank you for clicking through this. Oh, keep going. I don't know if there's panel schedules in this permit set. Yeah, numbered. I can do that before I leave. Yeah.
That will be good. Now, obviously, we are not the utility. We are the planning board.
Yeah, so this has all been working with PSE&G Long Island. Load letters have been submitted so that they're aware, and we've been working back and forth with them.
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
What is the fleet today? What are you replacing?
So their fleet now is just the standard gasoline or diesel trucks. So
Diesel trucks.
these are their delivery vehicles that they'll load up with chips in the morning and then deliver them to your shopping centers throughout the morning before everyone gets out. So yeah, you can see.
I wanted to get that on the record. So
Yeah.
You're replacing carbon with clean electric energy.
Exactly, 100%.
When do you expect to have all of these electric trucks in service?
That's a great question. We're responsible for providing the infrastructure to the client. I know Frito-Lay is working to acquire these as quickly as possible, working in junction because we need the infrastructure there before they take delivery of 90-plus vehicles on their property. So as quickly as we can move with this, the quicker that they can procure these vehicles.
Well, going back to Julianne, I'm really interested in learning more about this.
It's very, very exciting. I live out in Brooklyn, and they already have a few of these at a Brooklyn distribution warehouse, so I see them driving around the city. They're incredible vehicles, similar other distributions like Amazon's doing much of the same thing where we now can get rid of a lot of this greenhouse gas emissions from a dense area and move to fully electric transportation.
Has Frito-Lay, I presume this is the only distribution facility you have on Long Island to cover Nassau and Suffolk counties, is that?
For this area, yes.
For this area, yes.
But they're doing this nationwide.
Nationwide?
Yep.
Have they been successfully able to implement it and actually get enough electric vehicles to go 100% yet in a region?
100% not right now, no. That's a long-term goal with them, and they're starting now. I can tell you right now that they have chargers and electric vehicles at a Queens distribution facility in Brooklyn and a few others in New Jersey right now. So other ones are live right now in the Northeast.
Whereabouts in Brooklyn and approximately how many?
So in Brooklyn, I believe they have 12 operational. There's a distribution facility in Williamsburg, East Williamsburg area, and we are also doing us, Burns and McDonald, the engineers are working with them to expand that to the rest of their properties. So right now they only have 12, but at that one they'll have dozens more going online in the next few years.
Is this going to be a phased project that you add so many charging stations over time, or is the plan to do it one shot?
I don't have the answer to that, so I don't want to comment and speculate.
Fair enough. My next question is, should something happen since they're abutting a tree-lined area, let's say a tree somehow fell down. If it fell down on or a truck ran into it, if the charging station is taken out or anything, does it have an automatic switch off so that the voltage stops going to that specific charger?
I can't comment on the specific model since I don't know the details, but yes, a lot of these level 2 electric vehicle chargers used for these vehicles have internals that can measure if something gets knocked over. I believe these either will have bollards or wheel stops placed in front of them to stop this as best as possible.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then what's the life expectancy for one a charger like this?
That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Jerry?
Since this is a site plan review, I was hoping someone from Frito-Lay would be here. So I went to the site, took a look around, and was excited to see what you guys are going to do, replace all those heating block charging units with the EV stuff. However, at the north end of the property, there's an old building. It's like a shop, a repair shop. There's a residential street that comes in right behind it, Buchanan Avenue, and it's a mess. There are rundown, broken up, right behind that gray building. And it's a wooded area behind there. If you can just get back to them, or maybe we need to notify them. There's 2 houses, you can see them in the drawing there, or in the picture there. There's an old, broken down sections of stockade fence that are leaning against a old, rundown chain link fence. And that's one of the things we look at when we look at a site, is how has it been maintained. And that northern section behind that shop, that one street in particular, that those 2 houses face the back of the property, it's a mess.
Okay.
So if you can pass that on, I know that's not your job, I wish someone
No,
else was
we'll
here.
absolutely pass that on,
Okay.
yes.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, and let them know that we really want that done before we approve this.
Okay, yes, absolutely. We will do that.
Any other questions? No? Thank you. Matt, where are we with the review? Is there anyone from the public here? There's no one here, but anyone who would like to address the board? For the record, there is no one here from the public. You want to give that to the gentleman after you have a chance to look at it? That's the back of that area that we were talking about. Okay.
So this is behind the shop in the back?
So you have that. You can take that with you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I will get these scanned and sent over to Frito-Lay and the rest of the project team so they're aware.
We appreciate that. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Board.
I need a motion to close the public hearing. Motion by Frank, second by Julianne, to close the public hearing. So the public hearing has now been closed. The decision has been reserved in order for us to review the feedback we've received this evening and any open site plan issues. The record will remain open for written comments. To follow up about the status of the application or submit additional written comments, you can contact the Planning Department in either of the following methods. In person, the Planning Department is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents and plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. You can also call 631-957-3103. And of course, the Planning Board can be contacted via email. It's planning comments, all one word, planning comments at townofbabylon, all one word.com. Planning comments at townofbabylon.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Okay, that is our only public hearing this evening. We're going to